Hello and welcome to Kashmir Now. I'm your host, Shivangi Mishra. Let's look at what made news this week. Tehreek-e-Ittifaq-e-Rai chairman Amjad Ayub Mirza, in support of anti-Pakistan protests in POK and Gilgit-Baltistan, calls for a government in exile. Defence Minister inaugurates several road infrastructure development projects in Jammu and Kashmir. Over 40,000 migratory birds flock Wular Lake during winter season in Jammu and Kashmir. Traffic police in Srinagar organizes traffic awareness program. And in our special section of Incredible India, we take you to the South Indian town of Madurai, where people celebrated the magnificent float festival. The residents in POK and Gilgit-Baltistan are simmering with anger against Pakistan and its puppet administrations. After 8 months of agitations against high wheat prices, load shedding and inflated electricity bills, the residents, Traders Association and other social activists have reached a saturation point. Issuing a stern warning to Islamabad, the chairman of Tehreek-e-Ittifaq-e-Rai, Amjad Ayub Mirza, has announced to form a government in exile if the demands of POK and Gilgit-Baltistan were not fulfilled by 5th of February or Kashmir Solidarity Day. A sham solidarity Pakistan has been purporting for last 7 decades. We have a report.
After almost 8 months of continuous protests against Pakistan and its stooge administration, the residents of POK and Gilgit-Baltistan have come to a saturation point. No respite from the government in wheat prices, electricity bills and host of other issues has led the locals and leaders to plan a massive uprising against Pakistan on 5th of February. The 5th of February happens to be Kashmir Solidarity Day in POK, Gilgit-Baltistan and Pakistan. As per locals, it is a sham solidarity Pakistan has been purporting for over 7 decades. The chairman of Jammu Kashmir Tehreek-e-Ittifaq-e-Rai, Dr. Amjad Ayub Mirza, has announced if the demands of the people of POK and Gilgit-Baltistan are not met by February 5th, then the political exiles living abroad will consider forming a national government of POK in exile.
The Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir has been a colony of Pakistan for the past 76 years, but we are not going to remain silent, and we declare that if by the 5th of February our demands, the demands of the people, are not met, then they will leave us with no choice but to form a government in exile of POJK and Gilgit-Baltistan.
Nearly 8 months have passed since locals have been holding regular protests against inflated electricity bills, load shedding and high wheat prices. The government has provided no subsidies on wheat and other essentials even after regular condemnation of its policies by the residents, Traders Association, activists and other social groups.
For 8 months, the people of Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan have been protesting, taking out protest rallies, observing protest sit-ins against the increase in the tariff of electricity in POJK and against the cuts and increase in the prices of wheat in Gilgit-Baltistan. However, up till now, several sets of negotiations have taken place, but to no avail.
The social activists and leaders say there is no scope left for any further negotiations. They have given a final call to the administration for fulfilling their demands.
There will be no negotiations before Pakistan or its puppet governments in POJK and Gilgit-Baltistan take action. I repeat, There will be no negotiations with Pakistan on this matter. 5th of February is our deadline. It's the deadline of a nation that has come out in protest and has said that no more. We are going to take no more insult, no more exploitation, and no more atrocities are going to be allowed upon our people.
The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor or CPEC is a stark manifestation of Pakistan's sinister design in Gilgit-Baltistan and POK. On the name of progress and infrastructural growth of the region, swathes of agricultural lands and forests were illegally acquired from the residents. The hydroelectric plants established in Gilgit-Baltistan and POK as a part of CPEC project could be seen as the region's infrastructural growth, but in reality, all these projects are utilized by Pakistan to fulfill its own energy needs. The illegally occupied regions of Gilgit-Baltistan and POK, despite producing surplus electricity, face regular power cuts and 18-20 hours of load shedding. In addition, the CPEC has disturbed the ecological balance in the region, causing landslides and floods almost every year.
That we have got massive support in POJK and in Gilgit-Baltistan and in the diaspora for the formation of a government in exile. Pakistan has destroyed the ecology of Gilgit-Baltistan and also of Pakistani-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In Pakistani-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan, the construction that is going on in the name of progress called CPEC has destroyed massive pastures and lands that were vital for the ecological system of that region. Diversion of rivers in Pakistani-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and vast deforestation of our lands has caused massive ecological disasters in our region. Earthquakes, landslides have become the norm. The infrastructure is so bad that it cannot cope once there is a landslide or there is an earthquake.
The activists and leaders claim they have gathered a large support even in the small pockets of Gilgit-Baltistan and POK. Under no circumstances, the uprising against Pakistan seems to subside. The 5th of February has been set as a deadline. Islamabad and its stooge administrations in POK and Gilgit-Baltistan, if failed to fulfill the demands of the resented public, their Sham Kashmir Solidarity Day could turn into a complete disaster.
Moving on. Roads and highways are considered to be the lifelines of any region. In a bid to develop the road infrastructure and connect hamlets and towns in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the Border Road Organization has recently completed 11 projects. The Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated 2 bridges in Aknoor sector, 4 bridges in Rajouri and several other road infrastructural development projects in the Union Territory through a video conferencing. We have a report.
The roads and bridges are the symbols of development, prosperity and growth for any region. In line with its efforts to connect each and every village of Jammu and Kashmir and bring prosperity, the Government of India has kept road infrastructure development as its chief priority. A few weeks ago, the Border Road Organization, an entity under the Ministry of Defence, completed 11 road infrastructure development projects in the Union Territory. As a part of road infrastructure, 2 bridges in Aknoor sector and 4 bridges in Rajouri were inaugurated by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh through an online video conferencing event.
2 ब्रिज हैं, जो अखनूर का एक ब्रिज है और दूसरा ये कन्ना नाला ब्रिज है, जो अखनूर के बॉर्डर के साथ लगे इलाके में ये ब्रिज है। तो काफ़ी सारी परेशानियों का सामना करना पड़ता था। तो इमरजेंसी के दौरान जैसे कोई स्नेक बाइट हो या डिलीवरी केस हो, तो यहाँ पे हम क्रॉस नहीं कर पाते थे। तो 4-5 घंटे का जो समय लगता था सुंदरबनी से होकर अखनूर जाना पड़ता था। तो इस ब्रिज से कम इतना तो है कि हम 1-1.5 घंटे में अखनूर पहुंच सकते हैं।
The two bridges, Kanha in Jogwan village and Kargi in Mawa Karora area in Akhnur sector, have relieved the general public from problems they used to face while commuting. The residents were thankful to the government and the Border Road Organization or BRO for the construction of the bridges. The bridges would save a lot more of their time during commute.
बहुत ही खुशी है जिसकी कोई हद ही नहीं, क्योंकि जब से ये सृष्टि चाह रहे हैं इसका इंतजार है। हम बहुत दूर पार के स्टेटों में देखते थे ऐसे ब्रिज, तो आज हम अपने जहां देख रहे हैं अपने गांव में, इसकी और क्या खुशी हो सकती है। गवर्नमेंट की को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं हम।
The BRO has constructed 4 more bridges in Rajouri, which were also inaugurated by the Defence Minister during the event. 2 bridges on Rajouri-Kotranaka Budhal Road and 2 more bridges at Kalakote Metka and Moghla locations are now fully operational. The 4 bridges in hilly and far-flung areas of Rajouri are all set to boost the local economy of the region.
ये बात बहुत खुशी की है, बिकॉज एक इलाके की डेवलपमेंट के लिए, उसके सोशल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ के लिए रोड्स और ब्रिजेस का बनना बहुत ज़रूरी है। जहाँ पे रोड्स और ब्रिजेस होंगे वहीं डेवलपमेंट जो है उतनी ही तेज़ी से होगी। तो आज ये राजौरी कंडी बुद्धल का जो हमारा एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण रोड है, बिकॉज ये रोड जो है वो काफ़ी दूर दराजे इलाके को जोड़ता है, राजौरी के इम्पॉर्टेंट टाउन को। तो आज ये जो आरकेबी रोड है उसका डबल लेन आज इन दोनों ब्रिजेस के उद्घाटन से ये पूरा हुआ है।
और इस पुल की इस जगह पे सर मैं आपको बताऊं कि इतनी ज़रूरत थी बरसात के दिनों में, या जब बर्फ़ पिघल के आती है अगले फरवरी के दिनों में, तो ये जो नाला अभी सूखा हुआ दिखाई देता है इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा पानी आता है। और बरसात में तो जून जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर में तो यहाँ एकदम पानी का बहाव बहुत तेज़ होता है। यहाँ के लोगों को, गाड़ी वालों को, स्कूल जाने वाले बच्चों को बहुत ज़्यादा परेशानी होती थी और कई बार बच्चे स्कूल नहीं जा पाते थे और गाड़ियाँ जो हैं इसके दोनों किनारों पे उधर की उधर और इधर की इधर जो है रुक जाती थी। ये पुल बनने से न जगलानू पंचायत को छोड़ते हुए बुद्धल और राजौरी, ये जितना तकरीबन जो हमारा ब्लॉक बुद्धल न्यू और ब्लॉक बुद्धल ओल्ड की जो आवाम है, इस सब को इस ब्रिज का जो है बहुत बड़ा फायदा है।
There are multiple benefits of improving the road infrastructure in the region. For the general public, the projects are nothing less than a boon. The unmatched pace of infrastructural growth in the region and schemes directed towards the common man have brought progress to Jammu and Kashmir on all fronts.
Wular Lake in Bandipora district of Jammu and Kashmir is one of the largest freshwater lakes in South Asia. During winters, the rich biodiversity of the lake hosts thousands of migratory birds coming from Siberia, Japan, China and many other countries. As per a survey done by Wular Lake Conservation and Management Authority, over 40,000 migratory birds flock the lake this season. Let's have a look. The Wular Lake in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir is home to some of the rarest species of local and migratory birds. Every year, during the start of the winter season, lakhs of local and migratory birds flock the wetlands of Wular, one of the largest freshwater lakes in South Asia. As per the records of Wular Lake Conservation and Management Authority, nearly 40,000 migratory birds from different parts of the world have descended to the lake in search of food and a comfortable nesting habitat.
बर्ड्स आने का सिलसिला ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीट हो रहा है। काफ़ी सारी बर्ड्स आई है, जिनमें ग्रे लेगीज, रेड क्रेस्टेड पोचार्ड है, हमारे कॉमन शेल डेक्स आए हैं और इम्पोर्टेंटली हमारे ब्लैक नेक ग्रीव स्वॉप्स आए हैं, जो लास्ट टाइम फर्स्ट टाइम हमने देखे थे, इस साल फिर से वापस आए हैं। तो हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, हम जो लास्ट टाइम फर्स्ट टाइम बर्ड्स देखे थे उसके अलावा भी काफ़ी सारे बर्ड्स इस साल भी आएंगे। अभी तक कितने बर्ड्स रिकॉर्ड किए? अभी सेंसस तो नहीं हुए, लेकिन जो अंदाज़ा हमारा एक है, हमारा 30,000 40,000 के करीब बर्ड्स होगा।
Spread over 200 square kilometers in Bandipora and Baramulla districts, the lake is a designated wetland of international importance under Ramsar Convention. The forest authorities too have been instrumental in preserving the lake and its biodiversity. The authorities have installed CCTV cameras at different locations around the lake to save birds and species from poaching and other human threats.
इस साल जो आज परिंदों की आमद है तो इसकी जो तादाद बढ़ गई है, इस हवाले से ये इंतहाई खुशकिस्मती की बात है कि झील वालों जो सबसे बड़ा एशिया का सबसे बड़ा झील है, तो इसमें बैरूनी परिंदों की आमद एक खुश आइंद बात है। और साथ ही जो सरकार ने इनके तहफ़्फ़ुज़ के लिए जो सीसी कैमरा लगाए हैं, तो ये एक खुश आइंद कदम है और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि इससे न सिर्फ इनकी आमद से झील वालों की जो शान रफ्ता है उसमें मज़ीद निखार आएगा और साथ ही ये सियाहों के लिए एक अट्रैक्शन का पॉइंट भी बन सकता है। और हम यहाँ के एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से भी यही उम्मीद रखते हैं कि इनकी तहफ़्फ़ुज़ के लिए जो इक़दाम उठाए हैं और मज़ीद जो इसमें इसकी आमद के सिलसिले में जो मज़ीद इक़दाम उठाने चाहिए, इसमें ज़िले इंतज़ामिया को भरपूर इमदादी इक़दाम उठाने की ज़रूरत है।
For centuries, Vuller Lake has remained a paradise for bird watchers and tourists. It is expected that the wetlands of Vuller will witness more species of flying guests descending to the lake in coming years. Moving on, the traffic police in Srinagar has recently organized a traffic awareness drive for the people of Kashmir. The traffic police also roped in a group of civil volunteers from an NGO in their drive to reach maximum number of people in Srinagar to make them aware of traffic rules for their safety on roads and highways. Take a look.
The traffic police in Srinagar organized a traffic awareness event for the safety of public on roads and highways. The traffic police have also collaborated with an NGO, Kashmir Road Safety Foundation, to reach the maximum number of people with its initiative.
Idea is to involve more and more people, ताकि जो चीज़ें हम ग्रांटेड लेते हैं जिसकी वजह से एक्सीडेंट्स होते हैं, तो लोगों को अवेयर कराया जाए कि रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ आपकी हैं एज अ रोड यूज़र, किस तरीके से चलना चाहिए, गाड़ी अगर यूज़ कर रहे हैं, व्हाट आर द डूज एंड डोंट्स, ताकि जो है नंबर ऑफ एक्सीडेंट्स जो एक्चुअली होते हैं उनको कम किया जाए.
On registering a rise in number of road accidents and observing youngsters are more habitual to flouting traffic rules, the police employed young volunteers from the NGO to aware their counterparts about the road safety and benefits of following traffic rules. The volunteers were seen discussing traffic problems with the commuters and making them aware about how a simple practice of wearing helmet or a seat belt can keep them safe on roads.
2017 से हम ये इनिशिएटिव हमने लिया है. इट्स बीन लाइक 7 years नाउ. 7 साल से हमारा यही इनिशिएटिव रहा है कि हम जितना हो सके जाने बचाएं ऑन द रोड आके, क्योंकि बहुत ज़रूरी है इंसानी जाने बचाना, क्योंकि आप देख सकते हैं बाकी जहाँ इतनी जाने नहीं जा रही है जितनी जाने ऑन द रोड जाती है.
ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इनिशिएटिव है कि लाइक जैसे हमने उठाया था 2017 से हमने ये स्टार्ट किया हुआ था, तो अभी भी हम डेली एक्टिविटीज़ करते हैं और ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है डेली मर्रा की ज़िंदगी के लिए. जैसे रोड रोड एक्सीडेंट्स बहुत सारे हो रहे थे, बच्चे रोजमर्रा बाइक पे निकल रहे हैं, विदाउट हेलमेट निकल रहे हैं, ट्रिपल ड्राइव बैठे हो, 3-3 बंदे बाइक पे चल रहे होते हैं, फिर शाम को पता चलता है भाई साहब 3 बंदों का एक्सीडेंट हो गया और ऐसा कुछ हो गया। और वो लैक हम वहां पर हमारे पेरेंट्स को पहले गाइड करना चाहिए अपने बच्चों के लिए, जब वो सुबह बाइक लेकर निकलते हैं, स्कूटी या लड़कियां आजकल स्कूटियां चला रही है, उनको ये बोले कि भाई हेलमेट पहन के जाए, और सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि विदाउट लाइसेंस बच्चों को ड्राइव न कराए।
After completion of the awareness drive, the traffic police officials provided certificates to the young volunteers and encouraged them to join more such traffic-related campaigns. The commuters also welcomed the initiative of traffic police and appreciated the authorities for being concerned about their safety on roads.
The temple town of Madurai in Tamil Nadu recently celebrated its one of the oldest and the magnificent event of the year, Theppa Tiruvizha or Float Festival. Lakhs of devotees from different corners of the country gathered in the town to witness this religious extravaganza. Let's have a look.
The temple town of Madurai in India's Tamil Nadu state is blessed with a social and cultural mosaic, while the plurality in the society leverages the common folks to pursue their religious beliefs. Madurai, often known for its monumental beauties, historical sites and religious temples, recently celebrated the Float or Theppa Tiruvizha festival. The festival celebrates the reincarnation of Lord Shiva and goddess Meenakshi, also referred as God Sundaresa. During the 17th century, the ruler of Madurai, King Thirumalai Nayak, started this festival for the first time, naming it the Theppam or Float Festival. The ceremony takes place on the full moon evening in the month of January or February. The annual festival drew thousands of devotees from around the city to Thiruparankundaram Murugan temple who came to witness this religious extravaganza.
இது வருஷம் நடக்கிறது. வருஷம் எல்லாரும் மக்கள் அனைவரும் கலந்து கொள்வாங்க. வருஷம் வந்துருவாங்க. எல்லாரும் மக்கள் அனைவரும் வருஷம் வந்து பாப்பாங்க. இது திருப்பத்தூர்ல சிறப்பாக நடக்கும். மக்கள் அனைவரும் நன்றாக பாப்பாங்க.
During this Theppam festival, the rituals are performed on the waters of Mariamman Teppakulam Lake, which is located next to Meenakshi Amman temple. Moreover, as a part of tradition, idols were adorned with flowers, garlands and other embellishments and were thereafter taken on the boat to the other side of the lake. While tying the ropes to the boat, devotees pulled the rope and participated in the procession.
நாங்கள் வருஷம் வருவோம் முருகனை பார்க்கறதுக்காண்டி குடும்பத்தோட அனைவரும் வந்திருக்கோம். நல்லபடியாக முருகன் வழிகாட்டுவார். அதனால் நாங்கள் வருஷம் வந்து கும்பிட்டுக்கிட்டே இருக்கோம். எங்களுக்கு வழிகாட்டுவார் நம்பிக்கை இருக்கு. வேற ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம், மனசு திருப்தியாக இருக்கு.
The 12-day long festival was celebrated with joy and devotion. Festivities like these are not just mere occasions for celebration, but also powerful tools for preserving tradition and creating social bonding.
That's all we have for you in this week's episode. Goodbye and take care.
इस मिट्टी पे घर
पापा साहब
बेटा, घर जिंदगी में एक ही बार बनता है।
भरोसा रखिए, घर मजबूत ही बनेगा।
एक है मौका, इसमें सब लगाऊंगा, अपने इरादों से मजबूत एक घर बनाऊंगा।
भिजवाना सिर्फ अल्ट्राटेक ही।
अल्ट्राटेक ही क्यों?
आप ही ने तो कहा था कि घर जिंदगी में सिर्फ एक ही बार बनता है।
घर एक, मौका एक, इसलिए सीमेंट भी देश का नंबर 1 अल्ट्राटेक, इंडियाज नंबर 1 सीमेंट।